Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader, here with Patrick again. We just want to wish everybody, first off, right at the top of the show, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And I hope you're with plenty of friends, loved ones, all that good stuff, enjoying good food, good times, putting all this crazy news aside for a few days. But before we get to that, let's cover a few different things that have happened this week, a few different stories, talk about a new show, and we'll get to all that.
And we have to warn them, too.
We have to warn them about what?
Because Thanksgiving last year was like so much higher, and we're all like, hey, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. So you're about to get an earful.
Yes. So if you just tell them if you liked it at 16, you're going to love it at 16. So, all right, first story. There's lots going on. We talked about soccer. We talked about the World Cup before. Football has started this week. We got the World Cup going in Qatar. That's it. Close enough?
Yeah, okay. That's good enough. So better than whatever.
Qatar.
Yeah, better than Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah.
Okay. So, speaking of Qatar, we had a big story that came out this week where Qatar and China just struck a big deal for selling oil. 27-year deal, I believe, that Qatar could sell to China directly. Oil is natural gas.
Yeah, they were buying it from China.
So
27-year contract, but we don't know what it's denominated in.
Well, if it's from Qatar to China, I would really tend to believe that it's yuan or gold or something like that.
Probably. It's
probably not going to be the dollar. So this is what's happening in the world, that energy, and this is where we talk about in the new show, what we'll mention in a second. We're talking about a lot of people are fighting over energy, and the control is over energy. And it's just another sign that not only fighting over energy, but they're fighting over how they're going to sell it and what they're going to sell it in, and what they're going to trade for energy. This one happens to be liquid natural gas, which happened to be what was in the, I think, Nord Stream 1, the pipeline. So it's a big deal. It's probably not a dollar-based currency contract, which is going to be probably the trend. And that's probably some of the things that we're going to be seeing going forward. So more to talk about that on our other show, which we just posted a clip. I think the other clip comes out today. That's on EconomicPreppers. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video and also on the pinned post. But the YouTube channel just for clips, but the full episode is going to debut on Friday on both Rumble and BitChute. It's going to be too much for YouTube. It's not going to fly there, but we can put clips there. So we'll steer people over to like where we can speak more freely and talk about all things economic, because this channel is supposed to be mostly about crypto. But let's transition to a crypto story. How about we talk about that for a minute?
Which crypto story? There's a bunch of crypto stories.
Well, we're going to skip FTX because the entire plan has covered that 17 times. So we're done with that one. So let's go to Grayscale. So what's going on with Grayscale Genesis?
So we're not really sure what's going on with them, right? But what we do see is the writing on the wall. They are wrapped up in the FTX issue. Mm-hmm. And we expect that Grayscale we expect that they could go and have a premium. Now, the thing that I don't understand on a discount on their shares would be they're supposed to have a backing of Bitcoin in the trust. So they can't really just go out and sell the Bitcoin. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work. But when it comes to Genesis, that's another story that, we've seen for a while. We knew that was coming. So there are still going to be ripple effects from FTX.
Yeah, and we've talked many times about how many different projects are out there. There's over 15,000 projects for sure. We have different numbers on Coinbase, coin trading company versus CoinGecko, about how many projects there are. But the clear answer is that there's too many, and a lot of them just don't have a good use case. So at some point, much like the com bomb happened 20 years ago, there's going to be a shakeout of these companies, and that some of them are going to fall by the wayside. It needs to happen. We need, like when cars first started, there were 100 car manufacturers. Then it whittled down to a core number. It was much less than 10. So the same thing is going to happen in crypto. This is just the natural boom bust cycle of a new industry. A lot of people are going to badmouth crypto as a global thing when that starts to happen. But there's too many companies, and some of them are just going to fall by the side. And Grayscale could be one of them. Could be Genesis. FTX is one of them. We're going to see a lot of different things fall across. But the number one thing that we talk about is have it be involved. If you're going to be involved in crypto, not financial advice, but be involved in projects that you believe in, have use cases, are decentralized, all the good stuff, like the things that we look for, that like this project's going to last and here's why people would want to get involved in it. Stay away from the speculative stuff as much as possible. So, but speaking about like getting involved in things in the holidays, like we're seeing like all around this week, we're seeing lots of sales. It's Black Friday. Black Friday's coming on Friday. So already, I think some places started on Monday or Tuesday. We'll see tons of sales. But the question is, how many people are actually going to be out there buying stuff?
I don't know. From what we see, Amazon is telling they're laying people off. We've got Target who's scaling down their shipping. We know that the railroads are going to slow down because of rail work that's coming, and we could talk about that, I'm sure, later. But right now, we just know that there's very low demand. That just comes down to a lot of us. If you put yourself and just ask yourself the question of how much Christmas shopping have you done, right? It's Thanksgiving. So most of us are like somewhat pretty close to getting started on our list, if not finishing up our list. Usually Black Friday is just when we finish up our list. So for me to realize that if you're where I'm at, we haven't really taken time to think about that because we've been preparing for whatever the hell may be coming that we don't know. We're kind of preparing for everything, but the last thing we're preparing for right now is what presents we're putting under the tree.
Yeah, it's going to be different holiday season for sure. We see, like you mentioned, Amazon laying people off. We heard about it with FedEx too. There's a FedEx index, and they talk about shipping between that and UPS, and that's down, which is a leading indicator of how like the Q4 is going to do. A lot of companies take a lot of their profits and a lot of their revenue in the fourth quarter because they sell for Christmas. But people are focused now more on needs as wants.
Correct.
So it's going to be a lean season. People are just trying to make ends meet. They're going to still get things for their kids, but probably buying something for your loved one. It's going to be a leaner Christmas for among adults. You're not going to be buying the TVs or the cool things the cool toys a lot of people want to go and get in the holiday season. Those things are not going to be sold as much. So you're going to see a lot of inventory, a lot of discounts, and wait until you see the discounts in January. And that's assuming that people can get stuff because, as you mentioned earlier, the other story I wanted to touch on was the rail deal could be falling apart. We talk about supply chain a lot and things arriving. Stores have too much inventory. They're trying to stock what they have, but they're running out of things. And now, about a month ago, they said that they struck a deal. Like I think the White House allegedly worked out a deal to keep rail union from striking. That seems to be falling apart. So we could have another supply chain issue, which will affect everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many pieces that could break right now. And this isn't about like FOMO here. I'm not trying to spread any FUD. What I do want to say is we just got to be ready because there are so many pressure points that are being pushed right now. And all it takes is for one of those to break.
Yeah. And that's what we're just trying to be prepared and not scared and have things be prepared both economically and otherwise. But speaking of economics and prepping, our new show, Economic Preppers, is debuting tomorrow. We've already put out a couple clips. The YouTube channel, again, is for clips, so we'll put that in the description. It's a brand new YouTube channel. Please subscribe to that. Subscribe to our BitChute and Rumble. You can the whole episode on Friday. We're going to make a debut there. It'll be roughly every week or so. We're working out the scheduling for the holidays and whatnot. But that's the kind of show where myself and Patrick and Dylan and special guests will be on there talking about anything from crypto to precious metals to current events and topics you want us to touch on.
Oh, and guns. We're going to be talking about guns. So if you guys like talking about guns and have questions about guns, we are going to bring another one of my favorite passions into the conversation.
Yeah, and I'm sure that my channel is probably like, it's suppressed or whatever terminology YouTube likes to step on. It's being I forget what they call it, but it's shadow ban is the term. Not many people are watching crypto videos. It is. Thank you for watching. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you watching this channel. We're going to get these things. We want to get the Economic Prepper Show much more out there as well. Share that out on the Facebook and Twitter, and get people to get an idea of what we can talk about so that we start these conversations amongst ourselves so everyone can be more prepared and ready for whatever coming down the pike. But with all that said today, I want to make sure that you have all that. Again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Check out the new show. And I want to wish you guys a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week. So for all that said, we're going to close the drawer in the bureau. They follow leader one more time. Thank you, Davey Dad, and we'll talk to you soon.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Take care.